Jai Shri Gurudeva ki jai. Jai Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki jai. Jai Om Shri Pad Srila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj ki jai. Om Shri Pad Srila Bhakti Rakshakshaya Dev Goswami Maharaj ki jai. Jai Shri Rupanu Guru Varga ki jai. Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Bhagavan Thakur ki jai. Srila Guru Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj ki jai. Srila Srila Bhakti Thakur ki jai. Shri Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj ki jai. Shri Rupanu Guru Varga ki jai. Prabhuseka Ho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasari Gaura Bhakti Govinda ki jai. Shri Shri Giriraj Govardhan ki jai. Gauranga Sundar ki jai. Shri Shri Radha Govinda ki jai. Gandharva Giridhari Jiva Sundar ki jai. Jai Shri Bhakti Vrinda ki jai. Tulsi Devi Bhakti Devi Ganga Yamuna Devi ki jai. Gantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam Chaitanya Charitamrita ki jai. Vishwashna Raja Sabha ki jai. Shri Chaitanya Saraswat Mat ki jai. Bhakti Vrinda ki jai. Srila Bhakti Sri Goswami Maharaj ki jai. Srimati Bhakti Lalita Devi ki jai. All the devotees ki jai. Jai all the Chinese devotees ki jai. Mukunda Prabhu ki? Okay, very nice. Very good. Jai the Thai devotees ki jai. We don't have so many Thai devotees, but in the future, by Madhavi grace, we can have more, because now more and more tools for translating coming, and finally we're here in the beautiful Chiang Mai temple and the ancient Lana and Lampung kingdom of Haripung Chai. Hari means many things. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Why do we say Hari first? Hare Krishna. Why do we say Krishna Hare, Krishna Hare? Actually, in Puranas, in scriptures, Hare Krishna Mahamantra written other way. So it's not written like Hare Krishna. It's written like Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. It's begin from Hari and Rama. But Mahaprabhu, when he came, he changed a little bit. Hare Krishna. It's the same. As we say in Thailand, same, but different. Hari means energy, and Shakti and Shaktiman. So without Shaktiman, there's no Shakti. Like we always say, electricity coming from generator. Yes, so electricity is coming from source. Then Shakti means energy. In Vedic world, it's represented by two principles. And you should learn these principles everywhere. In alchemy, in any science, these principles are applicable. But it is highest principles of spiritual reality. So number one is we always see world from two perspectives. Like the Chinese men of wisdom, Tao, they used to say yin yang. They don't identify exactly, but they say yin yang. If they look at any tree, is that male, female, yin yang, any stone, or also sushumna, central. So it's like male, female, and central. Central means 0 point, where meet. So three things always has been seeing. So in Srimad Bhagavatam, one of the most amazing book, it is says, Jai Guru Maharaj ki jai. Guru Maharaj, give me a small one. Guru Maharaj, yes, give me small. The gurus has to be giving the garlands first. Да, аккуратно. Можно даже за это дать чуть. Okay. Можно мне маленький, да? So, I'm giving you a little insight so that we can understand what is the point of celebration. Thank you. Haribul, Haribul. Janita. Very good. Good man. Very good. Too much, nice. See, he's a naturally very humble soul. If you really meet a Kung Fu master, he will not show you Kung Fu. So when you meet Kung Fu master, you're like, and the Kung Fu master is like, thank you, master. I go learn my lesson. So the real master never show anything. So as we understand these divine principles, Jai Srimati Bhakti Lalita Devi ki jai. Haribul, 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 Haribul. Now our divine cycle complete. Jai Guru Maharaj ki jai. So by your kind permission, we'll start glorification, then you'll speak something. To begin our auspicious day today, we're invoking the divine principles of divinity. We're speaking about principles of divinity, not divinity itself, the principles. And it's always been traced as a Chinese Tao masters as a yin-yang, black and white, positive, negative. In electricity, it's minus and plus. You said there's always two extreme, and there's also something in the middle. So when we talk about conception of God, it's two extreme conceptions that people talk about. One group of people speak about, oh, God is everything. That's one group of people. And another group of people say, although he's everywhere, but he's not directly connected with anything. So he's Param Brahman, the consciousness, like look at this is all consciousness of God. We're part of God also. There's nothing God, there's only one God, but everything comes out of him. Think of this. Just like in your organism, you have bifidobacteria. Some bifidobacteria live here. They're never thinking about this. They can never travel. They only live here and every day coming out. And some of the bacteria thinking, oh, this is universe. Like the human body is like universe. Just imagine this. And even in the human body, left side female, right side male, central, like everything the same principle. Every tree, nature, divinity, it's all one principle. But people mainly talking about the consciousness, like, oh, this body is conscious, this body can heal itself, this world is consciousness. Or some people talk about Param Atma, means inside every atom is consciousness. Like, if you really understand quantum physics, you know what quantum physics is? Nobody knows what it is, but people talk about. So quantum physics, it's not just about the principle, what they understood in science. I'm not talking about some New Age, crystal ball, women. No, I'm not talking about this. I'm talking about real hardcore quantum physics that they built quantum computer. And the difference in quantum computer, it does not process 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1 the way the normal processor processes. In quantum computer, it's random understanding of everything. It's a computing principle. Let me give you the logic. All right, so if I want to calculate which page of book more text, in a regular computing process, it has to be go each by each and compare how many characters. In a quantum computer, it immediately addresses every page. You understand? It does not go one, like, if you go to your shop, you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is like the way you count. In a quantum computer, you just come to a shop, you look at the shop, and you see everything. And you see, oh my God, some sweets missing, like in 360 art. Where's the sweets? Avadhuta Maharaj taking. Oh, and you understand, okay, he's taking 10 sweets. So you don't have to count all the sweets. You know how many sweets was there, how many was missing. You even know who eat it. This is the quantum world, that by just looking at things, you know what it is. So think of this. In Srimad Bhagavatam, it's described, Abhigya Swarat. Not only God is everything, is all one, like all these stories that everybody is so much fascinated, the scientists, the religious people. No, it's taken Abhigya Swarat means, in spite of all, he has a beautiful form. Just like you have form, she has form, I have form, but his form is ultimate. And now here's the problem starts. If you look at anybody, you think, it doesn't really matter. Like, if you look at Elon Musk or the Sheikh of Dubai or the king or the president, you realize one thing. In spite of beauty, power, fame, everything, everybody has the same problems, relationships. with children, with family, with environment. Like everybody has a relationship problem. Why? Because everything comes with God. He also has a relationship problem. Not only he has a relationship problem, that's like, think of this, like now you're talking about God, how he can punish you, and now you put everything aside and you start to look at his life and you understand, although being one who creates everything, one who's everywhere, he has a problem. And he's not perfect. You think, how perfect cannot be unperfect? Yes, he's unperfect without his counterpart, Radharani. Only Radharani made Krishna perfect. That's why Krishna say, think of this is like incredible revelation where God explained, if I don't have connection with her and the devotees in the world, not only am I imperfect, I have no purpose of this life. There's no purpose for me to exist. It's just sometimes you think like, what am I doing here in Thailand? And if there's no love, there's no purpose. Like, this place has been built out of love. Gurudev, devotees, sacrifice, the idea of future. And if there's no love, there's no purpose. So, think of this, he created the whole world, he created everything, but if there's no love for him, there's no purpose. So what Krishna does? He's everyday rasa jigyasa, looking for purpose, and purpose is none different than love. And in that purpose, in that ultimate search of his divinity, he's looking for a relation with every living being. It's like, hello Rama, I love you. I love coffee with milk. Oh, sorry. Hey, Rupa, I love you. I love cooking class. Oh, Sulakshana, I love you. I love this. So, like, do you understand what God is trying to approach every one of us? But we don't have enough potential to satisfy his love. Love means satisfaction. Like, love means the heart exchange is satisfaction. So no one can fully satisfy God because he's ultimate. Remember, Krishna is ultimate. His ability of love, desire of love, giving love is so incredible that no one can fully satisfy his need. Like if you're dealing with a little insect, how can you satisfy my heart? Maybe he give me flour, thank you so much. Maybe he give me like a little coffee. Okay, that's very nice. Yeah. Maybe he's giving me like something. Wow, good stuff, so take it. But there's no equal satisfaction. But what really Krishna is inspired, not equal. Krishna say, as you offer something to me, I offer to you infinite time more. Like if you give me 1 rupee, I give you 1 billion rupee. If you make me 1 step, I give you 1,000,000 steps. Like if you really look at our life, we did very little for Krishna. Most of it we do it for ourselves. Like when we're cooking, okay, if Krishna will, like, as Gurudev told the story, the woman, she's cooking for Krishna, the flower of banana. She's thinking, I'm cooking for Krishna, but if he will not eat, I will make she's making garland for Krishna. And she's thinking, I will offer the garland for Krishna, but if he will not take the garland, I will cook and eat. Because this is do you understand? This is banana flour. It's cooking. You can cook. So it's eatable thing. Means I offer something to Krishna, but I get something. This is like normal. You have to understand, like if you really go to China, it's very difficult to explain people about God. When you go to China, there's like, God is like, why? He's not going to work, he's not doing this, he's not like, what is the purpose of God? It's very difficult to explain. But more difficult to explain anywhere, China, America, Russia, this world, hell, heaven, is that the relationship with God has no benefit. Like, love of God has no benefit. Means like, I love you because you give me this, like a Facebook friend, like a store. But real true love has no benefit, direct benefit. And the question is why? Because love itself is a grace. To be able to love, to feel that feeling, it's like a grace. I want to ask you a question. Did anybody felt like extreme love? I'm talking about extreme love. Can anybody raise hand? Now I want to ask you a question. How long time you felt that in your life? Extreme love. I'm not talking about like, okay. I'm talking about like extreme love. How many days, months, moments? Anybody can say, for the sake of record? I'm not talking about love of money. That's always within your heart. I'm not talking about love of coffee. That's like every day you're suffering separation for a cup of coffee. And you're thinking,
love of mother.
Yes, but I know it's there, but for some reason we're coming for the Chinese New Year to see mother at best. I'm talking about like extreme love. Like the love that you were fall in love with someone. Normally that feeling never comes from coffee or food, although you're fat. This feeling comes from the gender. And normally it comes in young age as a concept. When young people, they're like 15, 16, they fall in love, that Cupid feeling touched their heart. It's become so romantic that people are lost. That's what I'm talking about. I know not everybody is so fortunate, but I'm sure everybody had that moment. And what it says, I'm talking about scriptures. This is the most moment where somebody is so much inspired just by idea of it, that life and the world become a different place. But normally that feeling doesn't last more than some time. It's not a stable feeling. But the feeling of love is a reflection of spiritual world. Now, if you magnify this feeling billions of trillions of times, make it infinite, then you can understand what's Krishna's position. That's why Krishna is Yachyama Sundara Achintya Guna Swarupa, why he exists in this young age. And remember, Bharat Rishi, who one of the first writer, the Bharat Muni, like Rishi, he wrote about emotions in his Bharatnatyam Shastra. So he wrote a book about art. But in the book about art, he has 2 chapters when he described all the emotions. That's where Rupa Goswami taken his whole guidance. And not only Rupa Goswami taken the guidance, because there's no one else wrote about heart, feeling, and love. Only Bharat Rishi. But Rupa Goswami is a being genius, spiritual genius. He took that reference, remember, because the real scientists or real great devotees, they don't make up things. Like I'm seeing some devotees, they're making up a lot of things and their own ideas, and they're very proud. And one of them, like Vallabhacharya, remember, he came to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his associates, Swarup Damodar, and he's tried to represent his idea of Srimad Bhagavatam to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Swarup Damodar. Think of this, like you coming to Krishna and you say, hey, let me give you my idea. And that's fine. That's fine. He did actually. But at the very beginning moment, he was chastised by all senior devotees. And they said to him, oh, you're a smart man. Yeah. Oh, I'm scholar. I'm a Sanskrit scholar. I'm Srimad Bhagavatam scholar. I'm scriptural scholar. They say, yeah, so who is this? Who is this Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? You're a scholar, you're supposed to know Abhigya Swarat. But you don't know, you're coming to teach God, who's coming in form of guru. Like you're coming to your guru and trying to explain your guru. You think your guru knows nothing. And Swarup Damodar chastised him. So Ballabha Bhattacharya was a very learned man, genius. You cannot believe how genius he was. And at this point, he was like, oh my God. Eventually, he understood that he committed offense. What did he do? You know what he did do? He went to Gadadhar Pandit and became his disciple. Think of this, he's the most learned man. And Gadadhar Pandit is Radharani that giving her heart and love to Krishna and become a first pilot. You understand what first pilot is? When you have a plane, you have two pilots. The first pilot and second pilot, I mean, they work together. It's like me, you know, like Goswami Maharaj is a senior, I'm junior. I always treat him as a senior and myself as a junior. Why? Because this is the respect of spiritual culture. Or I always respect Bhakti Lalita, not on the level of my god sister, because she's my god sister, but she's a secretary of Govinda Maharaj. Do you understand? So when Govinda Maharaj is not here, what do? You go to the secretary and say, okay, how would Gurudev take this situation? What would Gurudev would say? She will tell you exactly. So it's not like, oh, you know, she's a woman, she's younger, or she's this, she's that. No, like you don't see like this, devotees. You see what is their quality. And then by connecting to them through that quality. So to me, when I see Bhakti Lalita, I'm thinking, oh, Gurudev somewhere in the room, maybe busy. And his secretary is here. So if I have any question, I want to talk to Gurudev. And first I go to secretary and say, hey, I really want to talk about this or that, and I would like to ask these questions. But maybe he's too busy. And I say, yeah, like this, like this, like this. Okay, all right, then I don't have to go disturb Gurudev. So this is the way you do in Krishna consciousness. This is like the way you see things. If you see otherwise, that means like you don't have a clear vision. Because spiritual life is about your vision, how you understand devotees, how you connect with devotees. Like, you know, this is another story, but I just want to establish this before we get into the real explanation. So, Gadadhar Pandit is the first pilot. Why? He's Radharani that giving her heart to Krishna. And in Imlitala, Vrindavan, like 100 meters from us, Krishna became Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Remember, Black Krishna, and why I mentioned Bharat Rishi, he's explaining, the Madhurya Rasa color is Shamal, dark. That's why people want to meet in the dark, for some reason. Shamal, dark. Krishna, the color of love is dark. And Garga Rishi also comment that Krishna, why Krishna black and why his dhoti is yellow. One time I was going to write a book, which maybe one day I will, say why God is Krishna and why he has yellow pants. Very important, because yellow pants very popular in China. And my idea was like, I will write the book, why God is Krishna, why he has yellow pants, and I sell many yellow pants. Why? Because everybody wants to be like God. So I remember when I was 15, 16, we used to go dance, and I was like dancing. I still remember, see, from my childhood, like. So at that time, break dance was very famous, and my friend was the best dancer. He like, you know, he was like very, very, and that time I studied Kung Fu. I thought, oh, I understand. Okay, I can learn, because he was like from very artistic family. His mother was working show business, and they give the son to the art school, and he was musician, drummer, and dancer, and died in early age. Finally become a gangster. So, but anyway, he was like my best friend, and like he'd teach me to dance. And I remember at that very moment, I think my mother or something, somehow I got yellow pants. So we're planning to go to dance, in a disco. It was like underground in Soviet Union. And at that time, I was like 15. We really enjoyed it. And you know, it was not about like we didn't took drugs, we didn't took anything. But I remember I put my yellow pants. My friend had a very he was very at that time he had the jean, he had the whole American Western look that the Soviet people they thought he's God. And because I had yellow pants, I was we were like Krishna and Balaram together. So, and then he knows all this, all this movement of Michael Jackson, and he can have moonwalk. So when we come for the dance, he started dancing and I start dancing with him, we interact, and I gradually realize a whole people, in the beginning, there's a very tight place, you dance with everybody. But as we start dancing, I realize it's become this. Finally, and we're dancing, and finally I open eyes and I understand everybody stopped dancing, just watching my friend. And me, of course, my friend more. But I'm with the yellow pants and all the break that, Korean, you know how the people dance. And because he showed me all the movements and I was martial artist. So I kind of, in my way, learned them very quick. But he was in choreography and music. And the way, obviously, he danced and I was connected with him with yellow pants, it was mind-blowing experience for people. And all the girls, and they couldn't, because they first of all, remember, they didn't have shoes. The women had high heels, they didn't, they didn't have the right shoes to dance, and the skirts, and the guys, they were dancing like our devotees, complexity, and here you have flow and music and work with eyes, and together, and we dance together, we move. It's always like kung fu. And then at that moment, this is the first time I've heard Mahamantra from my cousin, and then my father. He told me Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. I was 16. I chanted that mantra and he gave me a bunch of incense. Because at that time, my cousin hung up with probably people from Goswami Maharaj. Because just about that time, Goswami Maharaj came, maybe even earlier than that, in a dress of Swiss tourist in Russia, hiding, giving some books about Krishna to people. You don't understand Goswami Maharaj. He's a very unique devotee because he was the first man after Prabhupada, by Prabhupada's direct will, coming to Russia, to St. Petersburg, meet Anand Shanti and preach. Maybe 2 times because there were KGB, China, Korea, they will search you, where are you coming, where you go. In Korea, you can't walk around without companion. They give you beautiful women to accommodate you, but she's Secret Service. Basically, there's she tell you, oh, we can walk this street. What about this? No, we cannot. Because they don't want you to see the poverty. They don't want you to see the normal talk to the people, and they're suspicious about you. So now that we established that yellow pants is the best, the dark color is the best. Now think of this: Krishna is dancer, but who is his teacher? Radharani. So when Radharani giving him heart, it's do you understand? The reason I'm telling you a story, there's everything. So when I've learned how to dance, I was martial artist. Then my movement was okay. But you know what my friend explained to me? He told me, your movement has to follow your feeling of music. He's doing like this. And he showed me he started explaining to me that you got the rhythm, you follow the music. He started teaching me things, and then I realized it's not just about this. It's accepting everything in the flow of language, body language. Remember, because sound can be happy, and this is described by Bharat Rishi. He explained to you how which movement can draw which feeling, how you get up, down, like it's not like the emotion is not like straight. You don't do this all the time. You do it time to time, and it change, and it comes with the flow. So you do it until you feel the flow in your body, and that's the most important thing, to catch the flow. Once you catch the flow, that's why you see when I dance a little bit with you, because I know how to dance. I mean, I'm fat, old, ugly, but in my childhood, I spent some time with my friend who was like real pro. And he could come on the stage and he could just grasp energy of people immediately. Like I told you, think of this, we start dancing, and also I understand one thing. Although I don't dance as good, but there's always cool companion because people can compare. Remember, I danced like, maybe 50-60%, but it was good for, nobody could follow. But he was like a god, he was like Krishna, like wow. So, in this way, Radharani, when she's giving Krishna her heart, Krishna don't understand what Krishna consciousness is. Like, don't think you and I understand. Krishna consciousness is not something for, it's the highest consciousness. It's like when Krishna becomes conscious himself through the feelings of Radharani, he's going crazy. Krishna's going mad. You have to understand. And they know, you can't do it. It's just like, remember, their experience in Krishna consciousness eternally. And Krishna is not experiencing Krishna consciousness. He's receiving, but not giving. Krishna is Seva Abhiman. Vishoya Abhiman. And Balaram is Seva Abhiman. Everybody is Seva Abhiman. So Krishna is not knowing how to do Seva to Krishna. So Krishna having heart of Radharani, taking Radharani experience and position, and he's so much overwhelmed that sometimes he's like fully unconscious, like they know that. That's what they say in Chaitanya Charitamrita. When you will take my heart and you come to this world, externally you will look like guru, like a monk. But internally, the feeling of love that will capture you, you will not be able to walk. You will run in the dust, you go crazy. That's why Radharani said, I don't allow you to do this. I know feeling of heart. I will cover you with my own energy. So Radharani covered embracing Krishna and become a gold for me. Remember, the golden Krishna, like we say, golden Buddha, golden Krishna, is Radharani. Her love and energy. So heart and hello. As Guru Maharaj, see, he's so clever. What they say about who is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? He said heart and hello. Krishna Varna Tusham Krishnam Sangha Pastra Parshadam. Why that he's gold? Because of Radharani. And why that he danced like crazy? His name Gaura Nataraj. Nataraj means the king of the dance. That's normally addressed to two persons. In the spiritual world is Krishna, and material world is Shiva. And when Shiva dance, by the way, for your reference, there's also one scripture about dance. It's explaining 64 pastures of dance. It refers to Shiva. And there's nothing more powerful than that. But it's the Shiva. Why? Because it's reflection. Remember, everything is reflection. But original stuff is unknown to people. It's never been known. Remember, it's a secret mission. And why is it a secret mission? Because when Krishna will take heart of and hell of Radharani, he has to go to the world where there is no love. Like you'll ask me, where will make a promotion for mineral water? If I'm a film director, let's say the biggest Chinese company of mineral water want me to make a commercial, and I'm like a Hollywood guy, and I'm like, see the cigar, and I know they can pay millions of dollars. Then my thing is like, all right, I'll make you commercial about your mineral water, but you know what? Mineral water, glass of water, where is appreciated? In desert, when there's no water. So we're showing how the camels and people going and almost dying, and finally they're coming to oasis and they get mineral water there, and everybody's alive. That's a great commercial. Like, think of this, just dropping that, you get the mineral water. Like Alexander the Great claiming to the desert And remember, when Alexander the Great went to the water, they had like 1 liter of water, last liter of water, and they give to him. And you know what he did? Because the whole army, like a lot of people die, and there's desert, and there's only that much water remain, and they give to the king. And he take this water and said, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, offer to everybody and drop in the desert. He didn't drink it. That's how much powerful he was. And he said, we might be dying, well, we have to find the source. So eventually, after like a few miles, they found the source of water. But he was so determined, like, I'm not going to take this. It's not enough for the whole army. It's not enough for me even. I'm not going to do it. So like this, Krishna is taking heart of Radharani, taking hell of Radharani, coming to material world, to another planet. Remember, this is not spiritual planet. In fact, this is unspiritual planet. Some people in this planet, they don't know even God exists. Some people on this planet, they will cut your head off if you have a different idea of God than their book. Some people are so ignorant about God. They think they killed him 2 years ago, 2,000 years ago. Maybe him or maybe his son. They don't realize we're all children of God. This is how ignorant people understand about God. And in spite of all the ignorance and Kali Yuga and total shutdown, complete stupidity. I'm not talking about Mayavad, I'm not talking about Tao, mystics and the great yogis and the great Spartans. I'm not talking about that. They're not qualified. Remember, all these men of wisdom, they're not qualified. Why? Because Krishna is coming himself with the bhav and kanti of Radharani. And she said to him, you will go crazy, let me go with you. So she's taking Lalita, we got to do something. We can't leave him. It's just like, if your friend drunk, you have to drive him home. And they said, like, he's going to be drunk, he's going to be mad, he's going to be crazy. We have to go with him. So they're coming with him, with the whole spiritual world, means like core group of super devotees. And they say, while he think he's in this mad experience of this world, we will create the most divine experience for him. And Gadadhar Pandit, he's reading the Srimad Bhagavatam, the poetry. Now, why did we talk about Bharat Rishi? Because Bharat Rishi explained the feelings of love is coming from many things. The music, the environment, blah, blah, blah. But it's only coming from heart by poetry. How do you express yourself? See, in a loving exchange, really, you have to express by words, by the voice. That's what really begin of love. And that Radharani is speaking through Gadadhar Pandit to Mahaprabhu. Remember, that's not just Srimad Bhagavatam, the way people read, not the Gyanis, all these people. No, it's Radharani speaking. Like Venu Gita. Etam sapastavan jayam subodhita, I forgot, but it's like, it's a whole numbers of verses. And when I was listening to Venu Gita, remember, I've listened to this after many years of going to the place where this has happened with Goswami Maharaj and by the place of Gurudev. And then after many years, hearing just the Sanskrit poetry without knowing the full meaning. I think that's beautiful poetry. But just imagine how these words of Srimad Bhagavatam, when they come from the heart of Gadadhar Pandit, Radharani heart to Krishna. This is like mind-blowing. This is like, whew, oh my God. And this is all happened here in this world. And for the sake of experience, very few people in this world, in this time, has access to this. I'm talking about this time. And imagine one of the people is Guru Maharaj. Why? Because he was always with Saraswati Thakur And he was, remember, Saraswati Thakur was a mad genius. How genius? He did his PhD in 16 on astrology, astronomy actually. He's not just expert in astrology. He did astronomy. Comments to Surya Siddhanta means calculation, mathematics, cosmology, physics. You know, it's a very complicated issue. But he started really edit book of his father, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, since age 6. Madhuri, how long is your son? How old is your son? Huh? 7. Just imagine, from age 7, he started correcting Sanskrit in scriptures and books of his father. Like Bhaktivinoda Thakur write a book and giving to his son, and his son like, yeah, you got a mistake here, you got a mistake here. This is like, okay, you're correct, all right. This was Saraswati Thakur quality. Early age editor of his father books. And his father, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he would come home afternoon, did some homework. After sunset, he eat food. And around maybe 7, 8, go sleep. Wake up at about 1 o'clock in the morning. The whole world is sleeping, and he starts writing books. Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he wake up very early, maybe 2 hours before Brahma Muhurta. And so just think of this. Some people say, oh, Bhaktivinoda Thakur had 9 children. He was working as a very respected, knowledgeable person, in charge of court, in charge of, like, he was very, very qualified. And people don't know his life. He born in a king family. And then suddenly his family becomes so poor. He lost everything. Then he had to go get a job. And one time when Bhaktivinoda Thakur was working in a store, somebody came and bought 40 bags of rice. And he delivered, but they forgot 1 bag. He told his delivery people, this person forgot 1 bag. When the owner of shop find out about it, he said to Bhaktivinoda Thakur, you should find different job. You should not work for me. I don't need honest people. So that was the forcing Bhaktivinoda Thakur to go to the government service, and in a very short position he becomes so great. And the British judge said, I'm really afraid of you. I was not thinking we should give Indians like you a way to grow. Because once you grow, you take over. This was a British judge who, when after becoming retired, he appreciated so much Bhaktivinoda Thakur. He said, you're so genius. I was afraid of you. Too many smart people, not good. So anyway, these are like Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Why I'm talking about Bhaktivinoda Thakur? Because if you really look at the deity of Bhaktivinoda Thakur, it's Gaur Gadadhar. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Gadadhar Pandit, not Gaur Nitai, Gaur Gadadhar. It's Mahaprabhu and Radharani. And this is Bhaktivinoda Thakur ultimate deity. So the first parikrama of Navadvip Dham that was done by Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. Remember, Bhaktivinoda wrote a book about Navadvip. When we go this place, that place, nobody knew what it is. And why? Because he's Gadadhar Pandit. His connection, he's a partial incarnation of Gadadhar Pandit. He's got Avesh, the power of Gadadhar Pandit coming to his heart. So by the power of the Gadadhar Pandit, he describes all the important places, Navadvip. He describes everything about Krishna consciousness, because only Radharani knows this secret knowledge. Remember, Radharani giving heart and hello, he didn't give up the brain. The brain became mad, but all the wisdom and knowledge of Krishna consciousness within the heart of Radharani. So she came in the form of Gadadhar Pandit, and Lalita Saki, which we celebrate yesterday. And I begin the story because I thought, what can I explain about Lalita? That the short story was, I just told one story and everybody almost cried, including myself. Remember Chakal? Ooh. Coyote. One time Lalita and Radharani going by Radhakund, hearing some scream of coyote. And coyote have horrible voice. Because these animals, they eat, they kill chicken. They're like dogs, but they're like wild dogs. They're like wolf, but not like real wolf, like little wolf. And they're everywhere. In California, I don't know here they live or not, but they're like, when they start screaming, it's almost like you can't stand it. And they start screaming, like especially California. They come every day to our property to catch the rabbits, because the rabbits, they come close to the people. So when rabbit season comes, procreation, we have like 20 couples of rabbits live in Madhupuri and like hiding from coyotes. So she heard scream of coyote, but she realized that scream is not like scream. It's scream of sorrow and death threat. Then Radharani said, sounds very crazy, something going on. Lalita said, let me go. So she's coming and she sees some little boys with sticks, this female, coyote female, hiding in a hole, and they're burning the fire. And by the smoke, they try to get out. And this coyote, she's in a hole, and there's a fire in front of her, and boys with sticks. And like heat and smoke coming to the hole, she's almost like dying. But if she will jump in the fire. And this guy's throwing stones. Then Lalita like chastised the boys, kicks his ass. She removed the fire, got him through the fire, grabbed this coyote and take it like this. So this little coyote female are embracing her. And remember, she's like in stress. She almost like jump in the fire. That's how this little animal, this little creature. But this is not like nice creature. Like imagine the karma that this coyote has. How many bad things you do to become that. And she's coming back to Radharani. And Radharani look at her like, hey, what's up? And she's like, very short. She said, I had to save this. And Radharani said like, look, like you and I, two girls, we're going like for shopping for Krishna. Like, so now you want to walk with not even with dog. You want to carry this animal with you? But Lalita but look at her. She surrendered to us. She's fully in our charge. Then Radharani said, yeah, just by your grace, I'm going to make her gopi. Immediately she made her gopi. This is like Lalita. So they got this animal who's like in the worst possible condition. In the 5 minutes, this coyote become one of the famous gopi. Like this. And they said to this gopi, all right, listen, now we're going shopping for Krishna. We need to go. You're going to help us. You're going to carry the bags. So this new gopi, suddenly, she's coming to companion of Radharani and Lalita. And they see, like women buy things. They buy for their ego. Like everything women buy is like, do I look sexy? Do I look cool? Do I look this? Do I look that? Do I look this? Like women. And you know how they buy things? You think Krishna's going to like this? No. Why? Because last time I think Krishna, look at this, I don't think he was excited about it. Let's see this design. So whatever they do, they're not doing for themselves. Like you have to understand, it says in scriptures, whatever we do, like if we're cooking, we're thinking, okay, I eat. If we offer something to Krishna, we're thinking, Krishna will give me some money. Krishna will give me some blessing. Krishna. But remember, in this festival, Kirtan, how many people come to get blessings of Ganesh? Because they think, if I can get blessings of Ganesh, good luck for me. Remember, everybody worship God get something from God. If I can get something, it's okay. Not like Radharani and Lalita. They think, does Krishna like this? Krishna like this? No, Krishna not like. Okay, I don't like. Or give me this. Oh, yes, this Krishna like. This color, that color. And you know which is the best color of separation? Anybody knows? Hot. Which color of separation? I thought you were dancers.
Black.
No. 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 That's right. Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur used to wear green chadar and many green things. And when they asked Saraswati Thakur, why are you wearing green? Because green is mainly for Muslims. He said, green is the color of separation. That's why I'm wearing it. I don't know. I'm just reporting. I'm not an expert. I'm like you, ignorant person. I don't know much about much. But speaking of which, everything in spiritual world has color, conscious, form, representation. And this is hidden in Srimad Bhagavatam. So Abhigya Swarat. So what is explained in Srimad Bhagavatam? Basically, Vedavyas, here's what, I will put you in English in a very modern form. Vedavyas telling, I wrote all the Puranas, all the Upanishads. It's all incredible spiritual knowledge. Well, that sounds like beginning. Like everything in religion, not true. Don't trust religion. Why? Because Krishna is dancer, he has girlfriend and many others. He's mad and crazy. He's hiding in his forest. He's dancing with peacocks, cuckoos, with the trees. He's womanizer, but more than that, he's controlled by women. And his life is all about enjoyment. He's not a serious, responsible God. When Krishna is in Vrindavan, he's wearing peacock feather. Do you know why Krishna is wearing peacock feather? Anybody knows?
The peacock stands for him and then offer.
She knows. That's why I'm telling you. Not only that, remember, everybody look at Krishna. The cows look at Krishna and they think, he's like our calf. He's like one of us. Although Krishna is not a cow, but it's so much accepted by communities of the cows that Krishna won't become calf. When Brahma is stolen, that Krishna expand himself in the calf. Because cows think, if he just can be my boy, like Mother Yashoda, that's like how much they love Krishna. That's why cows, you have to understand, cows is so special because of their love of Krishna. And peacocks are very proud in Vrindavan. Have you ever seen peacock dance? They open their tail and they start dancing. And peacocks say, Krishna is one of us. He's dancing like us. He may not have form like us, because we have beautiful form. Peacock is very proud. But he as beautiful as us, maybe sometimes a little bit more beautiful. But because he knows how to dance, we accept him. So Krishna accepted by all animals and creatures and flowers and trees, and everybody think of Krishna. So when you go to Simhastali in Vrindavan, there's block trees, because they meditate. So one time Acharya Maharaj said, tree in Vrindavan like gopis. And some people say, well, that's not Shantaras, that's not. But in Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, it did explain that certain trees become black color because they meditate on Krishna. And they in Gopi Bhav, in female Bhav. So sometimes Acharya Maharaj say some amazing things randomly, but they happen to be true because these are confidential knowledge, deep knowledge. It's not like you open the book, you read, you understand. So, and this is all near Govardhan and Radhakund. So out of all the Vrindavan, Mathura, then 13 forests of Vrindavan, the Govardhan hill. Why we have a Mukut on Govardhan? Do you know why? Because the head of Vrindavan is Govardhan hill. Govardhan considered to be the crown of Krishna. But if you look at the different ways of crowns of Krishna, these are not the same, but one crown of Krishna has side and tail. It's like peacock. It's called peacock, mukut, Mayur mukut. So Krishna also make Govardhan in a form of peacock. If you look at the Govardhan, it's like tail, head. There's many mystical things. Govardhan has thousands of mouths, thousands of eyes, but finally Govardhan is the head of Krishna. And Govardhan has so many mystical parts. Some places touched by Krishna feet. Some people touched by. Some stones Krishna play music. One time I was thinking about, musical stones, and I meditate on that, and I opened one YouTube video. It says, company in India produced musical stones. I send you. Company in India produced musical stones. You've seen that. And that musical stones do sound healing. So they take the stone and they play the stone. And then I understand. And it says in Garga Samhita, some stones, Krishna mystical way, play music. He's using them kind of like drums. And I've seen that in India. They're making them. Amazing. Then I'm thinking, oh my God, so many stones, so many secret places, but near Govardhan, the most powerful place is Radhakund. And where Radhakund is Shyamakund and next Lalita Kund. The 1, 2, 3 Kund. Why is that Lalita Kund? One time Krishna killed a demon in form of calf. And everybody knew he's not a cow, he's a demon. But Radharani said, now that you killed the cow, I cannot deal with you anymore. We in Vrindavan, we eco-friendly, and the killing cow is such a big sin. Just imagine people live in a scene that just eat cows, what to speak about, like every day. And Krishna said, okay, if you think I killed the cow, what should I do? And Radharani said, it says in scriptures you have to go all holy river, Ganga, Yamuna, everywhere, take a bath, pray, give daন, distribute food, everything. And Krishna said, I'm not going to leave Vrindavan now. He said, I will bring all the holy rivers here. And he started digging. And he digged the pond, like a lake, where all the holy rivers came. And then Gopi said, who is this guy? What is he doing? Does he think he's in charge? Lalita told Radharani, we should dig our own pond and make even gist of all the holy. So there's competition. Krishna's digging his own pond, Gopi's digging their pond. Then Lalita said, well, I don't think it's enough. She's digging her own pond, and all the Gopis helping her. So finally, all these 3 ponds merged together, Radha, Shyama, and Lalita. Why? Think of this, because it's reservoir of love. It's reservoir of love. So Radharani exclusively worship Krishna. Lalita take charge of everything. That's why Gurudev said, I always like Lalita. Guru Maharaj isn't Radharani man, Rupa Goswami man, but I'm on side of Lalita. Why? Because while Guru Maharaj is meditating on Krishna pastimes and doing his sadhana, doing his observance in the deep things, I will try to serve and manage. See, it will not come to you without service. So Govinda Maharaj has taken charge of service and management because he thinks, if I can do that, that will be my thing. So that's why many people don't understand, especially the new people. They think they're coming to Chaitanya Saraswat Math, the mission of Guru Maharaj. But it's not true. They don't come to mission of Guru Maharaj because Guru Maharaj deal with few people. Like in the Western world, like Goswami Maharaj could understand, Mahayogi, few others. Guru Maharaj is staying on the roof. He's not dealing with all the people. But Govinda Maharaj, he's dealing with all of us because we're not qualified. Remember, Guru Maharaj is happy to meet you, ask you, what's your question? And you ask your question, and he can say, okay, Sulakshana can answer, Rupa can answer, this can, you new person, a high-level professor, not supposed to always explain everybody from ABC. But Govinda Maharaj say, wait, you're high level, we know who you are. let me take care of them all. I train them so they can understand who you are. Because if I don't train them, they will not understand who you are. And if they will not understand who you are, they will miss great opportunity. That's why Guru Maharaj, his idea, union and separation, love and separation. This is not idea of Guru Maharaj, this idea of Krishna become Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Radharani giving him heart hello, Radharani becoming Gadadhar Pandit, Swarup Damodar, it's Lalita Saki, Ramananda Roy, it's Arjuna, Arjunika, or Vishaka Saki. You can have, different things. Acharyas explained there might be different extensions of one person. And finally, all these amazing spiritual people come to material world and do their natakam, do their pastimes, do their lila. And sometimes this lila little understandable, and sometimes this lila completely not understandable. Like we read, we don't understand. But Acharyas explain. So, Gaur Lila called, there's two names of Gaur Lila. One called Udbodak Lila, one called Bhajan Lila. Bhajan means when Krishna coming to chant Hare Krishna and do bhajan. But here's the reason, like why you chant Hare Krishna. Why we chant Hare Krishna. Anybody knows why we chant Hare Krishna? Anantadeva, why you chant Hare Krishna? Why we chant Hare Krishna? Yeah, that's true. That's a good question.
We love Gurudev.
Yes. See, this is that's why I wrote a very important song for Anantadev, but he's not understand the meaning of it yet. He's complaining about his own beauty and greatness. That's what children do. I don't want to go to school, I want to play. But what Anantadev has said, perfect. We chant Hare Krishna because Guru asked us to do. But I ask you a question, why Mahaprabhu chant Hare Krishna? That can answer only Bhakti Lalita, no one can else. Why Mahaprabhu chant Hare Krishna?
And there's external reason, he's the Yuga avatar.
Yes.
Internal reason, he's tasting.
Rasa Asvada. Remember, becoming Radharani, the only inner purpose of Radharani is Krishna. But how you get this naughty Krishna? He's always running somewhere. He most likely with another woman. He most likely herding cows. The way you focus 100% on that purpose is remember his name, Hare Krishna, Hare, because everything she does, it's for Krishna. Then she understands Krishna through his name. And when Mahaprabhu experiencing her way to experience Krishna, he's going completely mad, completely crazy. Not like half crazy, full crazy. This is the real purpose of Krishna consciousness and chanting of holy name, but we are not on that level. Remember, that's why Anantadev said, yes, we do chant because Krishna, Gurudev asked us to do. That we have no power. But Radharani, Krishna's beloved, she has power. She thinks of Krishna 24 hours like mad. And Krishna, what is his position? He's overwhelmed by Radharani. Yeah, he has so many gopis. But Radharani only, he's thinking only Radharani. No one equal to her. He's like completely overwhelmed. Even if he look at other gopis, he think they're extensions of Radharani. And really what it says, all these gopis in Vrindavan, they're part and partials of Radharani, part and partials of her energy, part and partial. So this is spiritual world. And Mahaprabhu coming here with a great, crazy idea. Do you know what is their crazy idea? The most crazy idea. The crazy idea, like, it sounds like we have too much divine beings, but we need some Chinese. Do you understand? They open doors of spiritual world and they're like, hey, come. Not as a tourist. Move. The tourists can come to Thailand and enjoy Thailand. But they say, no, don't come to spiritual world, move. The world of love, immortality, even if you're from this world. And this is the most crazy idea, because remember, an according Vedic system, just like if you go to Thai Buddhists, they tell you, okay, you birth many times before you become a monk, before you get good karma, many times die, many times birth. And what do the Thai people pray before they die? Let me take birth in Thailand. They don't like to take birth in Russia. So pious Thai people, they think, and the pious Thai monk, at least they talk about nirvana, maybe few. And they know many life because before you become perfect. Many life. And think of this is idea like this, okay, we're going to go to the material world, I'm going to be like this, Radharani, Gadadhar Pandit, Lalita, Swarup Damodar, Arjuna, Vishaka, everybody else will more or less guide me. Because remember, like when Mahaprabhu talked about meaning of life to Rup Sanatan, it's one story. He's in form of teacher. When Mahaprabhu come to Gadadhar Pandit Bhagavat class, he's a student. And he's listening. And that's why, see, our problem is, like our problem here, we're so unqualified, we cannot hear even proper Srimad Bhagavatam. Have you ever heard like real Srimad Bhagavatam? The way they chant. It's mind-blowing, if you have a taste. And Gadadhar Pandit, and in Srimad Bhagavatam there are different meter. And remember what Bharat Rishi is explaining. His Bharat Rishi is explaining, the way you talk, it's to express the feeling. The more feeling you have, the more you express, but you cannot express directly. Like you don't come to somebody say, I love you. That's not how you flirt with people. See, it's always indirect. And always like this. So when there are feelings of love and poetry expressed, it's not like, I love you, you love me, I love you, you love me, I love it. It's that's like a very primitive. No, it's always about the clouds, the it's like very complicated psychiatry work. It's not, love is not a straight road. It's like this, up and down. So in this way, Srimad Bhagavatam explain. And remember, it's been spoken by Vedavyas, who is Krishna himself, in form of guru, and recorded by Ganesh. That's why Ganesh has one task broken, Ganesh recording. See, the reason we are worshiping Ganesh here, I mean, at least myself, I don't see he's like fulfilling wish. No, he's like somebody who wrote Srimad Bhagavat. Jai Shri Ganesh. All the Vedas. Expert in devotion. And remember, the deal between Vedavyas and Ganesh was that Ganesh said, if you speak something and I don't understand, I will not write down. So Ganesh was not just typewriter. The deal was, whatever you say, it has to be processed through me. And maybe, we don't know, and maybe Ganesh had also editor ability. Like AI, ChatGPT can edit you. Means like, I have to understand and I have to edit. Means like, point, so, like, because there's important things where you put dot, where you put this, where you put like, whatever you are, because that's how the text is like going where you put the point, where you stop. So then Vedavyas is like, he's like meditating, and you start chanting in a beautiful tune. See, Bhagavat is not like material thing. It's like Vedavyas meditation, and whatever he speaks out of his divine lotus sleep become poetry. And Ganesh, two reasons. One reason, Vedavyas speak very complicated, and Ganesh he has to like process. And in other ways, Vedavyas speaking very ecstatic, and Ganesh is like, do you understand? So Ganesh going like this, from wow to feelings, and he also has to write things. And that's how they write Srimad Bhagavatam. That's why the deal was like this. We get together, we write all the Vedas. It's so much work, just writing everything. And this Srimad Bhagavat, which is written by Ganesh and Vedavyas, one part of it, remember, it says in scriptures 3 by 6. The Puranas come in 3 groups, 6, 6, 6, Tama, Raja, Sattva. Like Vaishnava Purana, Shiva Purana, Vaishnava Purana, Sattva Guna, Shiva Purana, Tama Guna. Shiva Purana is so beautiful, you cannot believe. If you ever read Shiva Puranas, your mind will be blowing. Why is it Tama Guna? Because it's mainly lead to impersonal. And Sattva Guna mainly lead into devotion. But the Bhagavat itself, it's compilation of everything, but 1/3 of Srimad Bhagavatam lead directly to Bhakti. Because in Srimad Bhagavatam you get about 9 topics: universe, the kings, the time, the physics. They're like Srimad, because that's the definition of Purana. Remember, what's the difference between Purana and Samhita? Garga Samhita. In Samhita, you just can deal with 1 topic. In Purana, it has to be 9 topics. That's why every Purana has 9 topics. For instance, Ram Leela describes in every Purana but different way. So Garga Rishis explained there are 6 types of avatar, and Rama is Purna avatar, but Krishna is Paripurna avatar. Paripurna avatar means complete avatar. That's why people worship Rama, because he's avatar. But Paripurna means complete. So I'm not going to take your time. I'm going to give Bhakti Lalita just to finalize.
Mahavir Maharaj and Vaishnavas Maharaj are here.
Who's there?
The Maharajas, Vaishnavas Maharaj.
Okay. Well, we'll let you speak and then Maharaj will speak. Finishing. The top part of Srimad Bhagavatam. It is divine feelings that come out of heart of Radharani and gopis, like Venu Gita, etc. And that part can be only represented by devotees such as Gadadhar Pandit, and can be only appreciated by few devotees. One of them, Radharani herself, second is Madhavendra Puri, and third is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Krishna is not on the list. Go ahead. Now you take over. I'm sorry. Somebody should conduct and show, because I don't know. When I'm in flow, I don't know limit of time. I'm sorry.
Okay, we don't have limit. So yes, Radhashtami says, as Raghunath Das Goswami, he established the Prayojan. He's giving the ultimate thing, is Radha Dasyam. So this day we have the ultimate supreme person, the better half of Krishna, Srimati Radharani, the day she appears. And Srila Gurudev explained one day King Vrishabhanu, the father of Radharani, went to take bath. And there's a lot of backstory explaining how they were childless. Kirtida and Vrishabhanu Maharaj, king and queen of their region, very near to Nanda Maharaj and Yashoda. They were all like cousin brothers and in charge of their little localities. And King Vrishabhanu and Kirtida were not able to have a child, and lamenting. And one day, King Vrishabhanu goes to take bath, and he's in the water, and he sees a golden lotus floating on the river and goes to see inside a little baby girl. And that baby girl was extraordinarily beautiful, and he picked her up out of the lotus, took her home, gave to Kirtida, his wife. They were overjoyed, this beautiful golden baby. Only problem, she wouldn't open her eyes. Her eyes were closed, and they thought maybe she's blind. And in any event, called for celebration. Whenever the child is born, there's a celebration, and so many came to bring so many offerings and celebration, and everyone noticed though that maybe she was blind. But the fact was, she didn't want to see anything in this world, or anything or anyone except Krishna. So she waited until Krishna came with Mother Yashoda, and Nanda Maharaj came to honor the baby that King Vrishabhanu found in the lotus, and everyone's hearing this amazing story. And then Krishna climbs up to see this baby girl, and then she opens her eyes, and the first thing she's seeing is Krishna. So this is the story and how their pastimes begin, like real love story. We love love stories, but nothing can top this, that the supreme lovers are meeting for the first time, and until that meeting point, Radharani doesn't want to look at anything, waiting for Krishna's face to come and appear before her. Then she opens her eyes. So we heard this from Srila Govinda Maharaj. She tells, of course, so sweetly, and how else could Radharani appear? She is Hladini Shakti, she's golden color. It's befitting she would appear on a golden lotus before the king Vrishabhanu and overjoying the inhabitants of Vrindavan. And growing up, so many pleasure pastimes with Krishna and the cowherd boys and girlfriends, and Radharani receives a blessing. We hear all these playing pastimes, but Radharani is very respectful, very polite, very gentle, respectful to all the elders. And she served Durvasa Muni, and he was very pleased with her and gave the blessing that whatever she cooks will bring, like eternal life, some boon comes from her cooking. And so that under that pretense, Jashoda hears, oh, Radharani, whatever she cooks will be such a blessing, and she summoned Radharani, come cook for Krishna. So they're getting to see each other under this pretense. She's going every day to Nanda Maharaj's house, Jashoda's house, cooking for Krishna. And sometimes Krishna is pretending, like eating something, and Radharani's watching, see his reaction, and he's going, ooh, like joking, making her nervous and stressed, when actually everything she tastes like nectar. I think that's the blessing, that whatever Radharani cooks will taste like nectar and be like eternally auspicious. So just mentioning the storyline on this day, how Radharani appeared in this world, how She's our ultimate mistress. Srila Gurudev said, we are in her camp under the guidance of Lalita and Rupa. Rupa Manjari works under Lalita. Lalita works under Radharani, and Srila Gurudev said anyone who comes to the Chaitanya Saraswat Mat serves in the line of Srila Sridhar Maharaj. That is the destination. Approaching service to Radharani under Lalita and Rupa Manjari. So Jai Srila Gurudev, Jai Shri Radhashtami, Titi ki Jai, Jai Srila Avadhuta Maharaj ki Jai.
I knew Srimati Bhakti Lalita will say the gist, because this is the ultimate idea. It's like when you go to spiritual world, you always have to be in charge of someone. Like you're looking for it to be the boss. What's your qualification? So you have to see who's more qualified than you work with him. Then when Radharani were found in the lotus flower, it was like big festival. They call everybody, but the problem, she was blind. And Radharani, she said to Krishna in spiritual world, I'm not going to leave Vrindavan where there's no cow, there's no Yamuna, and most like I will not open my eyes until I see you. So she's coming, she's a lotus eyes because she's born from the lotus. She's so beautiful, but the parents detect she's blind. Just imagine, first they were so happy to get this beautiful baby girl from the lotus flower. They think it's gifts of God. How she born, we don't know, but she's our daughter. But then she realized she's blind. So thinking like, oh, they're blind, she's blind, we need some mystic power. We know about some yogis who can cure. So Narada happened to go to Vrindavan after being cursed everywhere by everybody. Narada said, like, sounds like I have no other reason. I have to go to Vrindavan. Why? Because in Vrindavan, the curse is not working. That's one of the reasons I want to go to Vrindavan. Too many curses. And not only in Vrindavan curses not work, the Narada had special blessing. Remember, every curse is a blessing. So the Vrishabhanu heard Narada is here. And they say, he's a great devotee. We invite a great devotee. We feed great, we give the blessings. The miracle will happen. But when Narada coming to that room, he told the Vrishabhanu and Kirti, please leave me alone. I have to do some puja, some, you cannot see it. And they, okay. They left alone. So they thought Narada will pray, do some puja, some prayoga, and her eyes open. But what happened to Narada, he start worshipping Radharani. And she revealed himself, divine form. Then Narada understood, yeah, that's her. When he came out of the room, he's very smiling. And they said, did you cure our girl? He said, yeah, that thing will come away in the proper time. Like everything, Desha Kalapatra, the place and time. You wait, don't worry. She'll see, she'll be fine. Then they're so happy now, they understand their girl is not invalid. They got to make a big festival, like feed all the devotees, bring all the sadhus. And suddenly they called Nanda Maharaj, like, hello, I am Vrishabhanu, please come. And Indian idea, it's like they're thinking, your son Krishna, my daughter, we can marry, because it's like Indian idea. So they're thinking, in their heart, if we could ever become one family through Krishna, and please bring your baby, So they're coming with the gifts and everything, with many people coming, but they bring it to Krishna. So as they involved in their celebration, they're giving the Krishna to the room of Radharani. And Krishna started claiming. And finally he's claiming to her face. And that moment, Radharani, she felt smell of Krishna. Remember, Krishna has beautiful smell, like earth. Krishna has everything. And she's like, Krishna, and open eyes. So smell and name of Krishna first come to her name. Nama Rupa Guna Lila. That's why earth is defined by smell. Because smell comes to water, water comes to fire, the ether, air, but the smell. So Krishna has fragment body that Radharani smell, and as she felt a little bit of a smell, she heard, she meditated the name of Krishna, she opened her eyes, she see the Krishna. So it's like you don't get to see Krishna, first you meditate on Krishna. Like Radharani, she meditated with closed eyes. Then she, full of her meditation, came into form of Krishna looking at her. And that's why it says, if you don't have separation of Krishna, if you don't have love of Krishna, you should not look at Krishna like this. This is not like the way darshan from like the feet. Very respected darshan. Don't like look at Krishna. He's not a doll. He's not something to entertain you. He's like, okay, come to Krishna, give respect, and don't try to play with Krishna. Don't try to explore Krishna. So Radharani, she's like, inside meditation, feel smell, name Krishna. She's always think of Krishna, 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 Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Then open eyes. So that's why the beginning of awakening begins from chanting the name of Krishna and hearing about Krishna. Because how you can chant Krishna if you're not heard of Krishna? You understand? First you're hearing, Shravanam, then Kirtanam, then chanting. You should say. You should chant.
I can do Radhe Jaya Jaya and you do Radha Madhav.
Okay. Jayo Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Chari Jaya Kundra Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kundra Bihari Ravanachari Jaya Kunda Bihari Ramunachira Vanachari Jaya Kunda Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunda Bihari Gopijana Bhalabha Jaya Shri Radharani Jaya Shri Radharani. Otherwise we cannot do Jaya. Jaya Gopijana Bhalabha Jaya Shri Radharani Jaya Shri Radharani Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Radha Madhava Kunda Bihari. Chant everybody get up. Giri Varadhari. Radharani ki jai. We chant the song because we should have chanted first Radhe Jai Jai Madhava, right? And then Radha Madhava and Kirtan, but upside down, it's okay. Because after stand up, we cannot chant that song. No, this you chant. This is Radharani's day, very important. Can skip, but will not skip. You want kartals? All right.
Radhe Jai Jai Madhava Daite Shri Radhikastava by Srila Rupa Goswami.
Yeah, this is, how can we skip this? Go ahead.
Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Daite Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Daite Gokula Charuni Mandala Maite Radhe Jaya Jaya Amadara Rati Vatana Veshe Amadara Rati Vatana Veshe Hari Nishtuta Vrinda Vipineshe Radhe Jaya Jaya Vishabhanu Bhakti Navashashileke Vishabhanu Bhakti Navashashileke Lalita Sakhi Kundaramita Vishake Radhe Jaya Jaya Guru Nam Kurumai Koruna Parite Korun Dham Kurun Hoi Koruna Parite Jaya Radhe 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 নাম গুরুময় করুণা করিতে আনাকা সনাতন পণিত চারিতে রাধে জয় জয় Radharani Mandala Maite Radharani Mandala Maite Radhe Jaya Radhe Jaya Radhe Jaya Radhe
Jai Srimati Radharani ki jai, Srimati Bhakti Lalita Devi ki jai. Now Abhiram Prabhu can do crazy kirtan. You see, because this two songs have special meaning and special bhav.
Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda. Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda. Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Nandana